All right, man, I'm excited. You know why?
Why? Why are you excited?
We're part of the Den.
Ooh, we're here having some whiskey in the den. Hanging out in the den. It's like the man den.
Yeah.
What's the den?
Den is the Deluxe Edition Network, an awesome network of podcasts that you could check out at deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Check out all the podcasts there. Lots of good stuff, including, now, fresh and new, Bacon is My Podcast. What's your bacon?
Yo, what up? It's Spencer from Under Oath and my new solo project called Slow Tide. I've got a brand new single dropping on Friday, October 27th, called Don't Trip. You can stream it anywhere that you listen to music. My buddy Aaron Gillespie from Under Oath actually ripped the drums on this one. So go give it a listen, share it with your friends. Help me spread the word about this new project. It's at Slowtide, SLOTIDE band on all socials. Thank you to Bacon is My Podcast for always showing love. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Welcome to the BIMP Lounge.
The brand new and improved BIMP Lounge. We're trying to figure out the lighting.
We named it after you guys. You guys are the BIMP squad, so we named it the BIMP Lounge.
And we're working on the lighting, and it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's a piece of clay that we're molding.
Indeed.
Indeed.
We are the uncarved block.
Yeah, right. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I mean, I guess we got a show coming up, right?
Sure.
And I guess we got some things happening.
All right.
So
Roll the intro.
Rolling in the intro.
All right.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Hey, bud.
What's up?
Guess what time it is?
Fall.
Yes. You know what that means? That means that the trees are shedding their leaves.
Indeed. You know what does not shed leaves automatically?
Chesticles, testicles, and cheeks.
Right. So it is time for some fresh ball fall action.
Yeah.
My friends.
Manscaped, the Lawnmower 4.0, featuring their patented skin-safe technology.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you're not using Manscaped yet, what are you waiting for? Come on.
And what do your balls look like? Ooh.
Right? It's got an LED light, so if you're worried about nicking something or not being able to see, you don't have to worry, man. The lawnmower has it.
Shave in the dark.
Exactly. It's waterproof.
It is waterproof.
Go into the shower. If you don't want to make a mess outside the shower, go in the shower.
Shave in a dark shower.
Yeah, you can do that with Manscaped. If you go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD, it'll give you 20% off and free shipping.
Free shipping.
And it's not even just for the lawnmower.
No, it's for everything. You can get the crop mops, shampoo, they have body soap, they have lotions, all kinds of things. Check it out, manscaped.com. If you can't remember the promo code, just jump over to baconsmypodcast.com and check out our sponsors page.
Always remember to clean your testicles, your chesticles, and your cheeks with Manscaped.
Yeah, man. What's your bacon? Welcome, everybody, to Bacon is My Podcast, discussions and drinks, and welcome to the all-new BIMP Lounge. For those of you that are watching on Strangerhood TV, you're seeing a whole new view.
Yeah. I mean, we have a ton of shit on it, but we got a new table, too.
Yeah.
And it's made of
Smaller
wood.
table, made of wood.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
You know you're fancy when you get things made of wood.
Right.
Right?
We've even mixed materials here. Right, so it's wood, but there's also metal. Like below it is metal.
Wood
there's
was
even
alive.
a shelf. There's a freaking shelf here.
Yeah.
There's like, shelf. And on the back end, you can actually. There's a pocket. There's a pocket wall.
I like pocket wall. I like pockets.
Yeah,
because it's like a bag, and I like bags.
Bags so it's like a bag for the. We're moving on up. It was $30.
Hey,
$30.
But you know what?
And it does
look like $1 million.
You're damn right it is. So,
and you can even put put magnets on the front. Magnets. How do they work?
Yeah. Well, we have a beer here, courtesy of our buddy Bill, who is watching this live.
Yeah. Along with our patrons,
as anyone can who joins our Patreon. Bacon is My Podcast.
Did I do it again?
No, you didn't even do it.
I
Just
did
said
it. I
Patreon.
did it before. No, I did
Oh,
the whole
did-
thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
I
podcast.
did it.
So patreon.com/bacon is my podcast, where you can get this show
Maybe I got it right.
live and ad-free. And because now we have a bunch of commercials and shit
Yeah.
that happen. So you can get it live, ad-free. You can join us in the chat. And just like Joey DeMacco, he's participating. He wants to know, does it have strings?
And you know what? Check it out. You just heard it on Spotify.
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't have strings though. It doesn't. Have
It does not have strings.
It does not have strings.
It has a lot of screws.
It does have a lot of screws.
Yeah.
And it used to be alive.
It was at one point. I don't know if this is real. I mean,
It's
it looks
possible
real.
a tree died so that we could have this nice thing.
If not, a metal tree died.
Hopefully other trees were planted in its place.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks to Bill for bringing this lovely. It's a whiskey barrel stout here, barrel aged imperial stout. Boulevard Brewing.
I tell you what, two things that I really enjoy: whiskey and stouts.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of both.
So yeah, Bill, this is I mentioned it when he said it last night. I was like, oh, I perked up immediately, and then just didn't get around to grabbing one last night.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mike had a soiree
I did.
at his domicile last night.
Mhm.
He had a gathering,
Mhm.
a gathering of not of the Juggalos, but of
There's people
a gathering of
people
people.
around.
You know, Juggalos are people too.
They are people.
National Take a Juggaloo to Red Lobster Day is coming up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a $50 gift card there.
Let's find a
We
Juggaloo.
should try and find a Juggaloo.
If you guys know a Juggaloo,
Let us know.
send them our way, and we'll
Make sure they're not violent.
we'll bring them to get some
'Cause I
cheddar
don't want
biscuits.
I don't want a violent one.
No,
Not a fan of. No, well, like I like watching the violent ones from a distance.
I want to go to that
Gathering?
cult gathering. I want to go.
I hear it's wild.
I bet you we can figure out a way to bring the
Do
podcast
this.
there.
I bet we could.
I bet that's a thing we could make happen.
Oh man, that is a thing we can make happen because
Yes.
we've been working with
face?
some new
In his face.
some new
This
people.
is the face of like, I know a way. Like, yes,
Yeah.
I want to go to the
So
gathering.
something that we have like okay, so
We'll do
actually-
mushrooms and do the show, and we'll interview people in a tent.
yeah.
It'll be incredible.
So actually it was funny. I was
so
gonna bring up like you know what we need to do. We need to start like doing more events and like
Right.
going out and doing things and stuff like that. So it's funny you had mentioned that. I think that's something we need
See,
to
we're on
start
the
doing more.
we're always on the same wave. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, just like the set. I brought
Exactly.
I brought it up over the weekend while we were in Miami, and you were like, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
And then 4 days later,
Yeah, all the stuff's here.
here it is. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Nope, but this set
Maybe
was built
4.
in 2 weeks.
No.
Well, we still got the lights.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right,
Not 2 weeks, but
right.
2 episodes.
2 episodes, right?
The BIMP Lounge was built in 2 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think we should do that, and I think I need to start calling in those favors now.
We could oh man, we could interview bands, we could interview wrestlers, we could just interview people that look like they've had too many.
Right.
Can you imagine the tastings we could get?
Oh man.
Gathering of the Juggaloos.
Well, so fun story, and I showed you the picture yesterday.
Mhm.
So on the news, I don't know if anybody's seen, but the big thing now is Pepper X.
Right.
Pepper X
Yeah.
is now Pepper X is now the new hottest pepper in the world.
Yep. Guinness
Guinness
declared
has
it.
declared it. It's hotter. I forget how many times hotter than
I'll find it.
a Carolina Reaper it is, but it's substantially more Scovilles, if you will. So I actually, my mom and dad texted me that, hey, this is the new pepper, and it turns out that the guy who grew it owns the hot sauce company that we brought up on the show a few times, Pucker Butt. He actually is the man who he created the Carolina Reaper, and he created this.
Okay, so here's what confuses me, right? Like, we've had things. What's the highest Scoville unit thing we ate? What was the gummy bear?
9 million.
See, so it's so much less than that, the peppers, but I feel like they're worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like when you eat something that's like, this is 3 million Scoville and 5 million Scoville, I don't think it is.
Mm.
I don't know how that's on. Like, how did they rate that? Because so a Carolina Reaper is
Isn't it like 2 million?
1.64 million
Okay.
is a Carolina Reaper. Bear spray, right? To ward off bears. You know how big bears are?
They're huge.
And they're the strength of like 10 humans?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. 2.2 million
Okay.
will discourage a bear from eating your face.
Okay.
Right? That will send a bear a scurrying. 2.2. The new Pepper X is between 2,000 to 50,000 Scoville units. Oh no, that's everything. 2.69 million is Pepper X.
Okay.
Right? It is now Guinness. It has been certified as of October 9th, beating out the Reaper. Yeah. Regular pepper spray is 1.6.
Right. So yeah, the guy who created it has a place about 20 minutes, half hour from my parents. And they
Ed Curry.
Yep. So they sent me in, they're like, oh, the guy from Pucker Butt, he did this, and I was like, that's really cool. Well, turns out yesterday, down there near Charlotte area, they had a chili cook-off.
Mm-hmm.
And at that chili cook-off was that guy, who now used this Pepper X to make the last dab for Hot Ones. And my parents got to talking to him and talk to him about the podcast that we do and the stupid shit that we do. And he gave us a bottle. He gave us a bottle of the
Little
final
Nino's 9.
dab. What?
Little Nino's 9.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he gave us a bottle to try here on the show.
Great.
Great.
It's awesome.
So we could bring that to the Juggalos too.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You want to bring that to the Juggalos? Where we're probably going to be using porta potties?
I was not saying eat it at the gathering.
Right.
We could bring it to the Juggalos as a
Okay.
peace offering.
Have them eat it, and they're still using the
Facilities.
that we have to go into.
Right. Yeah. Bad idea. I mean,
Well,
it's all bad.
If you eat enough mushrooms, you won't poop for days. Weird.
It's just a
It's
thing.
a weird side effect.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think we need to start going out into the field a little bit more.
All right.
I'm seeing like all this social media stuff with the When We Were Young Fest, and I was like, man, we should have done that. We could have done that and done like really well there. But
Say, Libby.
right. We're here, we're about to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary.
Yeah,
In
that's cool too.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks live,
Wow.
we're gonna have our 3-year anniversary.
Wow.
We're gonna have a stacked lineup of really awesome guests coming, just like last year. We're doing it again,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
Wow. 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Shit.
It's weird, right? It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is really weird.
Hey, this is Ron. Do you like movies?
Hey, this is Ragnar. Y'all like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey, this is Goop. Do you like cinephiles?
Hey everybody, I'm Chase. Do you guys like alcohol poisoning?
If you like all of that, then check us out at Barrel Aged Flicks. We're on Apple, Spotify, and all the other platforms out there.
Time out.
Yeah.
Have you guys checked out baconismypodcast.com yet?
It's like the portal to everything Bacon is My Podcast. It's got episodes. It's got music.
Yeah.
It's got swag.
Yeah.
And it has a portal to all of our sponsors, our awesome sponsors like grillyourassoff.com, Drink Wild Bills, Manscaped, and, of course, Mythical Beards.
Mythical Beards, yeah. So check it out. I mean, you can just, from one page, find so many things.
Yes.
Right? Check out our swag. Check out their swag. Get those discount codes and just, help out the show.
Exactly. And always remember to ask yourself one super important question.
What's your bacon?
Yep.
All right, let's
Try this, and then we'll
try
talk
this.
about how weird it is.
All right, so Boulevard Whiskey Barrel Stout, Barrel Aged Imperial Stout, Boulevard Brewing Company, 11.8%, 32 IBUs. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
I feel like I did at one point, but it escapes me.
Barrel Aged, it's an Imperial Stout.
Cheers.
All right, cool. Let's check it out. Cheers. Thanks, Bill.
Oh. Oh.
Wow, that's
nice.
There's a lot going on there.
It's not, and for 11%, it should make you kind of go, and it doesn't. It's smooth.
But there's so many
really
flavors.
smooth.
I'm tasting like blackberries.
Vanilla I taste.
I taste like berries.
Yeah.
Berries, definitely some vanilla.
I like that.
Me too. That's
Did you
That's-
get the smoke?
complex.
Wait, did you get the smoke?
I did at the end. Yeah.
It just hit me. It literally
Yeah.
just hit me, the smoke. Wow. I like this.
Wow.
Bill, thank you, sir. This
Thanks,
is lovely.
Bill. This is almost like too complex. I don't know how to describe it.
Berry.
Right? Did you get the
Vanilla?
berries?
Wait for it.
I get
And now the smoke.
little bits of chocolate.
The smoke happens so.
I get the bitterness of a dark chocolate. And okay, so full disclosure, I do not have a refined palate.
No.
I am not a person that can taste things and I can go hints of oak. That tree was 113 years old. I can't, there's and neither can the douchebags that try to but like when tasting that, like I definitely get like, oh, that's the taste that happens when I eat a berry.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the bitterness that happens from dark chocolate, not the bitterness from like coffee.
Right.
There's a different thing that happens. And the vanilla is like, there's a little bit of a hint of the smell. The smoke happens at the end. It definitely kind of like, it hits the front of your tongue.
Right.
This beer is making my palate more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm noticing things.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it. This is cool.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. I like this. But yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna drink this slow. This is not a
No,
slammer.
it's not.
This is a sipper.
You can't.
It's different every time. Now the front of
I
my
love
tongue,
that. I love that. Like, yeah.
Now the front of my tongue just got a hint of like sweetness. Like the very front tip. The part of your tongue you use to get the wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
I think I killed. I think I killed the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, because you do things like Pepper X for fun. Because you're a psychopath.
Well, no, I don't do Pepper X for fun.
You're-
I do
you're-
it for. I'm going to. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
You're going to
Okay.
do it for fun. You would do it if we didn't have the show.
You're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Not
This show,
Often, I'm not
and,
wrong.
and the things that we've done on this show have really fucked me up in terms of the amount
fuck
of
you.
heat.
You were like this before.
I was,
Viper sauce. The third time I ever came to your house.
well,
We
that
got
was a-
Viper sauce in the fridge. We gotta do it.
well, you didn't have to.
What?
We presented it that
Everyone knows. Everyone knows you have to.
way. Right. It was a rite of passage.
Starting with the tip.
Yes.
Melissa.
Right.
Pinky.
Um,
Just the pinky.
no, but
The
yeah,
pinky of the tongue.
like in terms of the things that I eat on a regular basis,
Right.
like there's High River sauces that made a sauce with scorpion pepper and blood orange,
Okay.
and that was probably that was the top of what I would eat heat wise on a regular basis.
Sure.
Otherwise, it was a lot of Franks, a lot of if somebody has a novelty thing, they'll bring me and
Right.
stuff like that. Actually, Brimstone, he had a pretty good hot sauce that was like hot, but I enjoyed the flavor of it because it was almost like a steak sauce mixed with a hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very interesting thing, so I enjoyed that. But I didn't go for like stupid heat until we did the stupid shit we did on this show.
Why did that make you go like, I want to do that in regular life too?
I don't know. Honestly, I think a lot of it had to do with meeting Ronnie from Strange Candy.
Okay.
And when we met him and he brought up all those sauces and the one rocket fuel. That's my
from
favorite.
our tasting that we did
From So What.
from So What Fest, yeah, that you guys can check out on strangerhoodtv.com.
No, you can't.
Or no?
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, we
No,
did.
yeah,
do that.
it's on there.
Yeah, it
It's
is
on there.
on
We
there.
put that out.
You're right. It's
I know
too
what
many.
I'm talking
It's too
about.
many fucking videos.
I know
man.
what I'm talking about.
We have-
Sometimes.
we have like 300 and something videos on.
Too many.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
We've been yeah.
3 years.
Why are we still doing this?
3 years. But yeah, ever since me.
You know why we do this? Because I'm looking right now at our patrons, and we got our friend G, who says, sometimes when I'm sad, I watch the old tastings and I laugh and feel better. That's why we do it.
That is why we do it.
We create pain for ourselves so that in times of sadness, all you have to do is this.
Click.
And you can laugh at our dismay.
Yes. But yeah, meeting Ronnie and then having that sauce, and that sauce is a combination between Magura scorpion pepper
Mm-hmm.
and Carolina Reaper, and I remember it nearly killing people.
Right.
I remember it nearly killing people. Mike from Felicity threw up.
Yep.
But I remember enjoying it, but also at the same thing. At the same time, there was flavor still, and I was like, well, this is good, but it's still like stupid hot.
Yeah.
And I just kind of got desensitized to it.
I tell you what, like my brain has never, not even once, been like, this is good, despite how crazy hot it is, and then been like, I think I'll order that to see if like it's just not gonna happen. I'm like, I just want good, man. I just want good. I like heat,
Right.
but I don't want heat to where I'm like, thank God this is still flavorful.
Yeah,
I'm amazed by like I'm not no
no,
shade.
no.
No shade whatsoever. It's just I'm just kind of like, wow. That just didn't. Although I will say that it might have something to do with this show making me remember that I have a peptic ulcer that I forgot about completely. Because I found out I had that at age 24.
Mhm.
Because I had just stomach problems my entire life, and they're like, "Yeah, you have a peptic ulcer," and I was like, "Oh, what does that mean?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a tear, and acid will mess with it, and you might flare up from time to time depending on things you eat. I was like, all right, and then I proceeded to go just merrily on with my life for the next several years and completely forgot that it existed. And then we did the one chip challenge.
Yeah. Which was last year's.
Yeah.
Not this year's. That is fucking killing people.
Yeah. Right. We did the one chip challenge.
Stopping hearts across the country.
And the next day, I had this burning pain in the middle of my chest that went all the way to my back, and I was like, this is oddly familiar. This hurts so bad, but it is also familiar. I'm remembering because it used to happen to me often, and I had like several trips to like urgent care.
Oh my God.
And like, because it would be like 2 a.m. Well, it was because I was like drinking heavily and doing drugs and eating stupid shit.
Right.
So it was like just everything was destroying everything. So yeah, the one chip challenge hit me the same way like a night of like cocaine and vodka does.
Right.
and it was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I have a peptic ulcer. Those don't go away. That's just a thing I have now. So now every time we're going to do something hot, I'm just like, okay, how is this going to affect that? What do I have to eat the day before or the morning of so that I just don't want to turn that on.
You just need a landing pad.
I don't care if I'm in pain. I just don't want to flip the switch on that
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
Because you flip the switch on that and it's a different kind of pain.
Right.
It's it's not unbearable, but it sure sucks. So Levi, who
Yeah.
is our buddy G's husband. G is one of our patrons. For those of you that are just tuning in, our patrons are watching this live as we record it, so they are in our chat, and we're reacting and talking to them as well as we are talking to each other. So her husband Levi wants to. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to drink Jimmy under the table." Which, hey, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's tough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing.
It's I've tried.
It's and depending on the night,
You're right.
know?
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've killed bottles in a night.
Yes.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. We've done bottles and other substances as well.
Mm-hmm.
And those sometimes don't work out that well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the worst one we did was the when we got the CBD pre-rolls.
Yeah, which shouldn't do anything.
Which shouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And had the two of us puking.
Yeah.
Here.
That was weird.
That was odd.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
But Levi wants to do Everclear.
Yeah, that
right?
sounds...
Which I tell you what, Everclear, I haven't had in a long time, but I believe I have said on this show before, my first, like my second apartment that I had with a friend, we rented a house, and it was in Lafayette, Indiana, and we had a rule. We had a bottle of Everclear in the freezer, and to get into the house, to pass the threshold, much like a vampire needs to be invited in, you needed to do a shot of Everclear. It didn't matter who you were. You could have been the mailman. We tried to make him do one. He just gave us our mail from outside. You could have been the teenage boy from the neighborhood that was mowing our lawn, who we respected for being industrious and allowing us to be lazy and not mow our own lawn. He may or may not have done the shot. I won't say whether he did or didn't, but I will say that we offered it. Well, we didn't offer it because that would be illegal. But
right, that would be illegal.
We told him that he couldn't come in the house unless he did that, and he was too young for it. That's the end of that story.
Yeah.
And so I have had much Everclear. Often, if someone came in, a lot of times they would be like, okay, but if I'm doing one, you're doing one. And it was like, well, naturally, because we can't just make people do shots walking in.
Right.
So we would do shots as well. So I had lots of shots, lots of Everclear. For a good 2-year period of my life, I drank Everclear almost every day.
That's insane because I've had Everclear once.
Well, I didn't drink to be drunk every day, but I had at least a shot or two probably every day.
Yeah. And you wonder why you had
And I did drink a lot.
Peptic ulcer.
I don't wonder.
Yeah.
No, I have no, there's no like, how did that happen? Like that's when he told me that, I was like, just tell me what it is. Like whatever I have, I earned. I earned whatever I have in my life that is damaging to me. I have earned 10 times over. I'm lucky I'm alive. Let's be honest.
I had a neighbor who got Everclear a few times, and it was like the legit stuff, and it came in a wood fucking crate, and it was in mason jars.
Yep,
and stuff.
ours was in jars.
And what they had is they drop a berry or two.
Yep.
And it's literally just a berry or two.
Yeah, like that. Let me tell you something. It doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help.
It's so you can eat the berry later and go.
I was just gonna say you can eat the berry later, but what happens to the berry is so fascinating.
Because it's dark.
It gets dark.
It gets so dark.
Like a blackberry, because like a blackberry is about an inch or so.
Yeah.
And the one that I saw at the bottom of the jar was like 3 inches.
Oh, I never had that happen.
It soaked it up and it blew it up.
I never had that happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blackberry. It was like 2 things of blackberry.
I mean, moonshine I've had in that situation. Moonshine is usually cherries, right?
Right.
They throw cherries in the moonshine, and they'll do the mason jars and they'll bury it in the yard.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Quick timeout. I want to let everybody know that despite the summer being gone and heading into the fall, does not mean that grilling season is over.
No, if you have a grill, it is always grilling season.
I feel like it's just getting started, and if you're grilling, if you're cooking, if you're doing any of that, make sure you do that with grillyourassoff.com.
Taste the freedom.
Exactly. Grill Your Ass Off is an awesome, awesome company. It is made in Texas. It is veteran-owned, and they were Small Business of the Year.
Yeah, Veteran Small Business of the Year 2023, which is awesome. That's amazing.
Yep.
They also just partnered with Sailor Jerry. Now, rum may be my personal avoid at all costs booze, but some people really love it, and I guess I have to admit, even at its worst, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a new Sailor Jerry Ironsides barbecue sauce that you can check out too. And anything that you decide to get at grillyourassoff.com. You want a deal? You want a special? You want some money off? Use the promo code.
Bacon. Because everything's better with bacon.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Come on. 10% off. Get it on all of their jerkies, all of their seasonings, all of their condiments, even their swag. Their swag is pretty sweet.
Yeah, spread some seasoning on those swags.
So definitely head over to grillyourassoff.com, use the promo code BACON for 10% off, and always remember to ask yourself one super important question.
What's your bacon?
Hey, this is Casey Shearer.
And this is Ray.
Do you like pop culture?
We're pretty sure you do.
Then come on over and check us out at deluxeedition.show.
You will not be sorry. Or maybe you will be. I don't know.
My uncle, my cousins from my uncle's side had that. I went to visit for a wedding, and my cousin was like, hey, we're going out to a party tonight. And I was like, yeah, cool, man. I'm awesome. I was like 17. Right. And I was like, I know how to party. I'm cool. I didn't know how to party. I wasn't cool. And I got in the car, and I remember 2 things from that. One, he pulled out this mason jar with a bunch of cherries in it that had blown up, similar to how you said. Not quite as big, but they were dark, man. Oh my God, they were dark. I was like, what are those? He was like, cherries. I was like, those are black cherries. And the first time I ever had moonshine was then. And I took a big swig of it, and I was in. His friend was driving, and it was a convertible, and my cousin and his girlfriend were in the back seat, and I was sitting next to them. They pulled it out from under the seat, and we all passed it around. And this was in like Virginia, so we're driving around in this convertible with the top down, and as they put it back, he was like, "Put it back." I put it back. They pulled out a gun. And I immediately just went completely quiet as my 17-year-old butthole was like, "Don't shoot your pants!"
Yep.
And immediately tightened up. And my cousin was like, "What the fuck, man?" And he was like, "Oh, you know, these parties can get..." And I was like, "What kind of party are we going to? I don't know how to party. I don't know how to party.
I don't want to party.
I don't know how to party anymore.
I don't want to do this
I don't know how to
anymore."
party." And I was scared out of my fucking mind for the rest of the night. I was just terrified. And I mean, like, literally nothing. Like,
Right.
Had I not seen that, I probably would have had an amazing time.
Right.
But I was just so scared the whole night because I was like, why is there a gun?
Yeah.
Why is that happening? I'm not ready for this.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's-
But the moonshine, I was fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was fucked. And then my cousin's girlfriend made out with me.
Oh.
Yeah. That was uncomfortable.
Did he watch?
No.
Oh.
It was behind his back.
Oh. That's even worse.
I know I told him. But
Yeah.
but it was like, it was super uncomfortable because his girlfriend like kind of like threw me up against the car. And I was like, "I'm younger than you." And like, she made out with me. Like, okay. Full disclosure, I was a hot little number at 17. All right? I had the shoulder length hair. I was in really good shape. I used to tan really well. I wasn't as pale as I am now. You know, like,
Okay.
I was a hot little number at 17. But yeah, that was, I was like, what is happening right now? I just saw a gun. I had moonshine. I'm out of my mind drunk. And my cousin's girlfriend threw me up his car and made out with me. And when I told him about it, he was like, "Yeah, she's a bitch." And I was like, "All right,
Cool. Good chat.
okay.
Good chat.
I don't know how to feel about any of this."
Yeah, that must have been
But I was like, "Yeah, man, whatever. Cool. Yeah." I probably didn't at all give away how nervous and out of my mind I was.
right.
I was probably super cool.
Right. I yeah. Moonshine's rough. It's funny too because there's definitely like this weird point in modern life where people all of a sudden kind of go, people were getting Everclear and moonshine,
Yeah.
and it was not your over the counter
No.
moonshine, and then all of a sudden,
Well, okay,
and
so
then all of a
you're
sudden,
over the counter moonshine, guys.
it's not moonshine.
I'm sorry.
It is not
I'm
fucking
sorry.
moonshine.
Can we all agree that that's vodka?
It's apple pie juice.
Yes.
That's
It's
what that shit
flavored
is.
vodka. I mean,
It's not. It's
just stop.
Absolutely not.
And also your Everclear, and you know, like Levi, if you bought that Everclear, I love you, dude, and I'll drink it with you, but that ain't Everclear. That's vodka.
That's yeah.
It's fucking vodka.
One thing that you can get over the counter, but it's better if you get it from Europe, is absinthe.
Although you can't get real wormwood absinthe anymore that I know of. Even
It's
in
been
Europe
a lot
now,
of years.
Even in Europe now, it's
Oh, really?
not the same thing. It's better than here,
Right.
much like everything in Europe. But,
Right. So
I just mean socioeconomical.
yeah, my buddy went to college abroad. He went to the UK, but he did a lot of traveling and went into Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I want to say, I forgot where he got it from, but he brought home some absinthe from there,
Yeah.
and that stuff.
How was that? I've
It
never
was-
had real absinthe.
Oh, dude.
I've had absinthe.
Right.
Quotes,
Yeah.
air
Well,
quotes
so
absinthe.
I've had actually Jen and I had absinthe at in New Orleans.
Okay.
We had absinthe, and then we had like a moonshine slushy, which that was real moonshine. That was real fucking moonshine.
Fair.
It was called a Jester. It was bright green, and all right, we'll tell that story next.
That's great.
But
Yes, please.
but yeah,
Pause on that and tell it.
yeah. But yeah, the absinthe was insane, and we were like, oh, we'll just like take the shot, and he was like, no, you got to do it this way. This is the way you do it with the sugar cube, and yeah, we did the whole ritual that you do with it, and took it, and it was, man, you still felt it.
Did you trip out though?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Oh yeah.
See, Annie brought me some absinthe from overseas, and I did it, and I didn't trip out at all over it, but we did the sugar cubes and all that kind of stuff. And funny enough, our mutual friend Eddie from I Ignite, him and I had talked about doing absinthe, like getting some real absinthe and locking ourselves in a room for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And just doing absinthe and writing music.
Yeah.
For 3 days.
I think you've told me about this.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
And we never did.
Right.
But it would have been awesome. It would have been super fun. But yeah, that was like something that he was like I don't think he came up with it. I think I probably can. It seems like more of a thing where I'm like, yeah, man, let's do this. And he was like, yeah, man, let's do this. But we had talked about that. But yeah, when I had the absinthe, even from Europe, it was like, I don't like black licorice.
I don't either.
So if I'm not going to trip out and see green fairies and lose my mind and chew an ear off and make incredible art, it's not worth it to taste black licorice. But if I'm going to do all those things, I'll taste all the black licorice.
Yeah.
If it's going to make me a better songwriter, if I'm going to...
I don't know if I felt more. And so when I did it with my band guys, like we were in high school, we played music together. We were in our first band together and all that stuff. So I don't remember doing the absinthe. I think I took 2 or 3 shots, and I don't remember feeling inspired.
Right.
So for me, when I hear people connecting like, well, this artist just drank a lot of absinthe, I was like, he must have been dizzy as shit writing stuff like that. That's kind of how I felt.
Right.
Like my experience was still good. I enjoyed it. It was it was fun, but it definitely was I didn't feel inspired.
See, I think the key is, and I could be wrong here, but here's where I think the separation is, right? I think when you're looking at Van Gogh, and you're looking at these artists that reportedly were on absinthe binges and all that kind of stuff, I don't think it was the way that we as Americans in the 2000s think of it. I think it was more of they made it a daily practice to where they were drinking not to get fucked up,
right?
But that's what they were drinking throughout the day, all day. So they were in a constant state of a little
this
open,
other
a little off, and it was for a prolonged period of time. And that's why I had thought that was my whole idea with like
3 days,
3 days, let's do it, or a week, let's go do it. Because I think like, well, even if you look at what we did sitting down with the goal of let's write music, and we did it in 3 hours. Right. So I think, and I believe this, I really do. I believe if we like said, okay, let's do that for 3 days and nothing but that for 3 days, and we're not partying and we're not, eating to find good things to eat and everything, like everything other than creating that we're doing is just to sustain us throughout, keep us awake, keep us into it, keep us hydrated for 3 days.
Sure.
Right. But every other thing is poured into that. I think that like what we get in 3 hours is going to pale in comparison to what we get on day 2.
Right.
Because I think when you're in it, Like if you're painting and you're in it, and that's all you're doing for 3 days.
Yeah.
That day 2, right, is like you've gotten all your basic ideas out that are similar to old ideas and that are kind of like part of stuff you already had running and all that's out. And you're just but you've been doing it long enough to where you're like on a vibe of like you're warmed up so much that you're just everything you're doing at least is technically working.
Right.
Then when your creativity meets the fact that you're free at what you're doing because you're not thinking about the technique involved, I think that's when you come up with good stuff. And I've never tested that theory because I've just never I feel like that's something you just do, right? You just kind of get into it and you're in it. I don't think it's something like, oh, I'm going to get fucked up and write songs. I'm going to do some mushrooms and write songs. Like that's too much of a goal.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a goal.
Yeah.
You have to be like, I'm gonna drink this, or I'm gonna do drugs, or I'm gonna do this to open my mind for a period of time, and I'm gonna see what happens.
Right.
And then during that time, during that period, you find whatever creative outlet starts to kind of like come natural.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
I kind of think I'm assuming that that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
also
interesting.
never felt inspired while drunk.
Right.
When I'm drunk or I'm high, I'm inspired to try and like do something that involves nudity.
Right.
I'm rarely inspired to be like, let me pick up a guitar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, Annie, we should take our clothes off.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. I totally get that. And I feel that way too when it comes to that. Like I don't feel inspired when I'm wasted.
Right. But if me and you are locked in a room for 3 days, we're not going to look at each other and go, maybe we should take our clothes off.
No.
We're going to be like, maybe we should pick up guitars.
You never know.
Well,
by day 3.
That's true. By day 3, you never know. Maybe we'll take our clothes off.
Exactly.
See what happens.
Never know. That's something that I've always really wanted to do. And I've discussed this with you. I've discussed it with DJ. I would really, really love to just like go somewhere. I don't even fucking know where. Just like rent out. Just displace yourself.
Yeah.
Displace yourself from here. 3 or 4 days and just kind of see what happens musically.
Dude, bands have done that for
forever.
Ever.
Forever.
Yeah.
I would love to, I want to do that so fucking bad because I just feel like it would be awesome. It would be awesome. And like the shit that would happen would be like really cool.
Yeah. I agree. I agree, but I see, to me, it can't be a place with like, let's go somewhere that's like a vacation spot. Can't be.
No,
that.
it's gotta be. It's
gotta
gotta
be someplace boring.
Right.
It just has to not be where I am all the time.
Exactly. Displacement. Displacement. Yeah. That's what it is to me. I would even go, even though like it is a little touristy and stuff, but like going to like Greenport or something, but in the winter.
Right.
And do something like that, like for a few days. Like just get a place and you could be by the water or something, but it's too fucking cold to go in.
Right.
And just go and do. I've always wanted to do it.
Hey man, I'm in.
All right.
I'm a yes guy.
Okay. 2024. 2024.
Let's do it.
We're going to write our next batch of songs.
Okay.
In that fashion.
If people like the first Bacon is My Passion EP, we'll make another one.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they don't like it, we'll make another one. We just won't put it out.
Right. We still have to put this one out.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah.
Unless it's out by the time you're hearing this. It could
right.
Be. It could be.
It could be.
Because these things last forever.
Yeah.
Def Chick says, hence Dirty Rock was invented. No, Dirty Rock was actually invented. The music was already done forever. The music was done for like over a year. there was no slide guitar or anything like that. But as far as like the progression and the music and all that stuff, it was down. And the chorus was actually written as well. I didn't have any of the lyrics. I had the chorus written. I fall down only comes when wasted, right? I had that. And our management at the time was at a rehearsal, and they had brought a dude, a booking agent, to come see us. And so he came to the rehearsal, and we did a rehearsal, kind of like a live situation for all of them. And we were working on that song. So after we were done, we just played through it because they were like, hey, do you have any things you have that isn't done yet that we can just kind of hear? And so Dirty Rock was one of them. And everybody that was there was just like, yo, that needs to be something. That needs to be something. And I said, I feel like I need to just get wasted at a strip club with a notebook and write that song. And our management at the time said, okay, let's go. And literally that night, they brought me to Gossip in, where's Gossip? In
Huntington?
Huntington?
Melville?
No, it's not all the way in Huntington. I don't know.
It's up on 110.
Whatever, yeah, it's up
Somewhere.
on 110. So we went there, and they got me wasted. And I literally sat in like a corner watching the dancers and just watching the room and absorbing the room. And I had headphones on, and I was listening to a room recording of the song, and I just kept replaying it. And I had a notebook in my hand, and I just kind of freeform wrote stuff out, and that's how that song was written. Like I was like, I need to be in a strip club drunk to write that song, and they brought me to a strip club and got me drunk, and I wrote that song. So yeah, sometimes location.
There you go. Yeah, I would like to.
Dirty Rock, which is available now on all streaming services, cravingstrange.net. You can find everything, and it's on our second record, titled Life Exceptional, which you can still buy. You can actually still buy physical copies of.
Yeah.
So check it out. Check it out on our website, cravingstrange.net. Buy a physical copy.
It's a fun song.
I'll mail it to you personally.
And he'll have like a lipstick. He's gonna kiss it for you, so there'll be a lipstick imprint as well.
Yes, I'll do that if you make sure and leave a note that you want me to do that. That you heard that on here. Hashtag what's your bacon? Let me know you want lipstick on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I will do.
Yeah.
100%. I'll even put a video of myself doing the lipstick, and I'll post that on Instagram. Me kissing it, and then I'll send it to you.
Guys, make it happen. Because I want to see it.
Right.
I want to see it. I want to see. I'll say, would you fuck me? I would fuck you.
I'd fuck me.
Yeah.
Put the lotion in the fucking basket.
Oh man.
Hey, have you ever wondered how you could actually help the show out? I mean, not just like listening and giving a 5-star review or buying a T-shirt or working with sponsors.
A little bit of extra zazz.
Yeah. Are you one of those people that likes extra stuff? That likes a little bit more? Can't spell extraordinary without that little extra.
Exactly. So if you like that stuff, if you want a little bit of extra bacon, like tasting shows and cooking shows and early access to episodes, I mean, shoot, you can't get any earlier than live.
That's true.
Every week we do our discussion and drinks live for our patrons over at patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
Check it out. Check out the tiers. See what's right for you. Help us out. We love you. Thanks for being a part of it. Remember to ask yourself, what's your bacon?
Also,
so what was your other story?
My other story, yeah. So I've been to New Orleans a lot. For those of you who don't know,
the Jester.
I love New Orleans. I'm a big fan of New Orleans. The cuisine,
never been.
yeah. Well, it looks like this year.
Nice.
You're gonna go.
Awesome.
I love the cuisine. I love the vibe. The vibe is awesome. It's very party atmosphere, but like you go to a bar, and this is a while ago too. The dynamic has changed quite a bit, but the reason why I loved it so much is because you'd go to Bourbon Street. You don't go to Bourbon Street anymore now because it's become unsavory and very nasty, which I could tell you.
I like unsavory and nasty.
Yeah. No, this is bad.
I want to go get into like some voodoo shit.
Yeah, no, that you could do that. You don't go to Bourbon Street for it though.
Right. Yeah.
You go to Bourbon Street to get a VD. You don't go to nowadays.
I don't need another one of those.
Right, exactly. But
my venereal is clean.
But it used to be awesome because it was one of those places where you could go, you grab a drink, and a band would be playing, and it would be, it would be like some kind of like a southern style of music or a singer-songwriter or whatever it may be. And they would finish their set and they'd be like, all right, I'm going to take a break. And then you'd be like, okay, cool. And you give them a fist bump and then you take your drink and then you can go to the next bar because everything's in plastic cups and you just go and you just fucking drink on this thing. And then you'd go to the next bar and it would be somebody just as talented, if not more. And you'd watch them play.
Right.
And so it was really cool. And then in between those are just some of the best fucking cuisine that you've ever eaten in your entire life. The flavors, if you like spice, it's great with spice.
I like spice.
Flavors, it's tons and tons of flavors.
Like flavors.
Complex, great flavors. And something else they have is a lot of pizza places because when you're drunk, you want pizza.
Is the pizza in New Orleans good?
Well, I'm telling a story here.
Fair enough.
Those pizza places, for the most part, have slushy machines. And what those slushy machines
so no,
have,
the pizza's not good, but
those slushy machines are adult slushies. And those slushy, yeah. So they have those damn near every other block. And they have, some of them have 2 or 3. And then some have 27. And I'm not lying.
Right.
Like a lot of different flavors. And they have, you could get you could get a mudslide one. You could get a, tequila sunrise one. You can get just all things. But the one I chose was a neon green one called the Jester. And I was like,
Joker's copywritten.
That, I want that. And I was like, what's in that?
I would get that too.
And it was like kiwi, some sort of citrus, and moonshine. And that was legit real moonshine. And that was the only place that had it. It was this one place they had it. And I was like, how's the moonshine? They're like, it's legit moonshine. Like, nobody on this block has this. It's just us. And I was like, all right, then it's mine. Let's go. And holy shit. I, like, one of them, I got about halfway through, tanked.
Wow. Okay.
And we're talking about, like, it was this big. So, what was that usually? A 12 ounce?
Yeah.
Or so? Tanked.
Wow.
Jed had 3 sips. Tanked.
Okay.
It was unbelievable. And it was delicious. And what was dangerous about it is the fact that you couldn't really taste the moonshine.
Right, it was delicious, yeah.
And it was one of those deceiving things where you're just like, oh.
Yeah, moonshine doesn't have a flavor. It just has a burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. This did not have a burn to it because it was like so much juice and the ice was fucking freezing and slush.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. New Orleans. Great. We're going to go. What sucks about New Orleans...
I'm going to get us in trouble.
New Orleans is great, and it changed drastically, like, overnight. So I went, like, I'm going to say 2012 2014, and 2016.
Okay.
2012, it was awesome. Jen and I actually stayed on the corner of Bourbon and Canal.
I remember you told me that. Yeah.
And it was wild. It was wild. Like, we went in, and so the hotel was on the corner, and then across the street was Larry Flint's Hustler Club.
Mm-hmm.
But right above them were like basically Airbnbs of the time. It was a hotel technically,
right?
But it was more like an apartment.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we got in. We were at one of those NCAN conferences. It was the first time I'd been to one, and it was the first one in New Orleans. And we went out to this balcony. We were staying at the Crown Plaza there, and my mom's showing me around and introducing me to some of the doctors, and we go out to the balcony just to kind of see and just like look over Bourbon Street. And then we look up, and in several of those apartments, which have big sliding glass doors to balconies there,
mm-hmm.
are several naked women.
Amazing.
And Jen and I were just like, oh, it's noon.
Even better.
Okay. That's what this place is all about.
All right. So did you guys get naked?
Not in front of the patients.
Well, yeah. But on your balcony?
We didn't have a balcony.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If there was,
then yes.
Probably.
Yeah. Right.
So
when
that
in Rome.
That was the first time. The second time, we stayed at the same place, and at 12:30 on the corner of Bourbon and Canal, a big band stood at the corner and started playing When the Saints Go Marching In for an hour and 30 minutes straight.
It's a long time for that song. That's only a 3-minute song.
It was wild. And we were kind of like, well, you know what? Fuck this place, but also it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
But then the third time we went, I actually didn't get to go with Jen because it was just when Lacey was born.
Mm-hmm.
And so we weren't able to go, or she wasn't able to go. So I brought Dean. Dean is the original drummer of Last Turn Off Broadway. He was one of my first extra helpers before you.
Right.
And I was like, New Orleans is great. You're gonna enjoy it. You're a musician. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
So we do the conference thing 2 days, and the last day it was like, all right, we get to play now. And we were at dinner, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna bring him to Bourbon Street, and they go, oh, really? I said, yeah, why? Like, that's where stuff happens, right? They're like, you shouldn't go there after 8 p.m. I was like, after 8 p.m.?
8 p.m.?
It's 7:40 right now. What do you mean you shouldn't go there after 8 p.m.? They're like, it changed. It's changed.
Okay.
Like, literally, in 2 years, it flipped. It was messed up.
Wow.
And so we ended up going, and it changed. It changed a lot. It got nasty.
Wow. Okay.
But they replaced the music vibe with something called Frenchman Street, which is a couple of blocks over. So you can still get that vibe. Okay. You can still get all that stuff. And now a lot of Bourbon Street is like, bachelorette parties and the cover thing.
Damn it.
Yeah. But it's also, if you want to get jumped.
There are certain parts of the world, every place on earth doesn't need to be able to play bad medicine. All right? Fucking bachelor and bachelorettes out there, quit ruining cool fucking places.
Right?
Don't be like, oh, I want to have our bachelor and bachelorette party at this place that has been cool forever. But I want to go there and I want to see someone play fucking Living on a Prayer. Stop it. Go to Vegas.
Donna
they play it there all the fucking time.
Donna in the chat That's Nashville too. My favorite place.
Yeah.
My favorite place.
Nashville
too.
has also become that now.
Well, yeah. So I
You walk down the main street in Nashville and you hear fucking ooh-ah, 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 ooh-ah. Shut the fuck. God. These were cool places where people created things.
I brought him to Nashville.
And it's like, oh, we're going to get married. I want to hear Journey. I just want that. But I want to be in a cool place, so I want to ruin the culture. Fucking, oh.
I brought him to Nashville, tried to bring him to Broadway, and Broadway has turned very much into that. Where, again, it was one of those situations the first time I went. It was like, cool, I'm going to find a honky tonk. Wow, that's a really incredible artist.
Yeah.
But luckily we have some connections down there, and they pointed us in the right direction to get some good music.
Brides to be, you're ruining it. Go to places that are for you. Vegas, Disney, whatever. Stay the fuck out of places with culture. It's not where you belong. All right, go there after you're married. After you don't want everything to be about you.
I like that. Stop fucking up my places.
Seriously. That was a place where people used to be able to, like, create art. And they're like, I love your art, but it doesn't go with my dress.
I'm wearing a dildo necklace with a whistle.
Yeah.
Can you
Can you not?
Can you not?
Can you not? I want to hear The Weeknd.
Although I like The Weeknd.
I like The Weeknd too, but go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I love that. But we when we went to Nashville, we hit it at like a festival.
The Weeknd sounds like somebody lightly singing to Michael Jackson on their Walkman.
Wow. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong at all.
Yeah, that's the amount of passion that's in those vocals. I got headphones in. I'm gonna sing about this loud. 'Cause at this place I can hit everything.
Oh man. Oh, I love that.
That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah, hot take.
That's not a hot take.
No, because it's true. Go fuck yourself, brides.
Well, and I know where we're getting our clip for the week. That goes on TikTok. That's right here. That's right here.
Yeah.
But you're right.
90% end of divorce everywhere. Anyway, quit ruining art.
Yeah. Yeah. We lucked out though.
Yes, Melissa. My rants are almost as good as DJ rants. His are better.
I think it's because I think DJ's rants, he gets more aggravated.
He
holds on to it a little bit longer.
He also is a more eloquent and better speaker than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good. Don't get it twisted. Right? Like, he's just exceptional. I'm better than most.
I haven't gone on a rant in a little while.
You haven't. You haven't in a while. You know what? I haven't challenged you in a while. Like, a lot of times your rants come when I become devil's advocate and I start just going against whatever you're saying.
Well, you know what's funny?
And I egg you into it.
What's funny? I think it stopped a lot of the time when we started going live because we were doing that and then we were watching the shows back and we were like, that's unusable. That's completely unusable. And it's funny because some of those happened when we've engaged in a little bit of drinking.
Yes.
And all of a sudden we'd be arguing the same side.
Right. We're saying different words that mean the same thing, but I want you to say it the way I say it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that happened a lot. So I think that's why it hasn't happened. But one day I'll hey man, you know what? We're in year 3. I think it's time that it's like, all right, it's either you're here or you're not.
I agree. And
so
you know what?
Maybe we.
Here's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna keep talking, and we're gonna stay on with our BIMP squad. but we're going to let this go because it's been a while. And this has been Discussions and Drinks on Bacon Is My Podcast. Thank you for joining us in the BIMP Lounge.
Yes.
And if you want to know where we go from here, because we're in the middle of this conversation, you should probably jump on patreon.com/baconismypodcast. And join us over there because we're going to leave you guys now. We're going to jump back in with our BIMP squad, or we're going to hang with them live for a little bit longer. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Remember to ask yourself.
Wait. We got things to play.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
So,
the Lawnmower 5.0, my balls have never been as nice as they are right now.
they haven't. I've seen them before, and
They're
extra nice.
They're incredible right now. Like two fine grapes in a tight bag of
grapes. Oh, great! I was just gonna. You didn't have to go reaching. Right. I'll just finish that.
You were there.
Yeah. And the handyman is pretty sweet. So go.
The handyman is for your face.
It's for your face.
Yeah. This is for your nuts, and it's really good. The new head, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it. Take care of it.
Do it.
Promo code BaconPod at manscaped.com. Of course, we are part of the Den, which is the Deluxe Edition Network, which is the home of some pretty awesome podcasts.
History. I'd like to.
Yeah, that's a good one. We're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be doing it next month. It's gonna be great. But that episode doesn't come out till
even
December.
if the people from the Den are listening, sorry, that's my favorite show on the Den.
Okay.
And that's including ours.
Right, yeah, well.
That's just my favorite.
Well, it's better than ours.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so much better than everything.
But also, shout out to Spoil My Movie. They've got a great show. We got Barrel Age Flicks, Barrel Age Chicks. We got Deluxe Edition Podcast, where they have really cool guests. They had Kevin Eastman, the creator of the Ninja Turtles, on a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's solid.
And
that's pretty cool.
It was a great episode. It was really cool.
I got to check that out. I didn't see that one yet.
Yeah, so go ahead, go check out the Den. Lots of great podcasts. If you're bored with us, I know we put out shit every other day.
You ain't bored with us.
But
supplement us with them.
If you run out of stuff with us.
Because let's be honest. We're the shit. Thanks for hanging out in the BIMP Lounge. Woo-hoo! Remember to ask yourself every day that all-important question.
What's your bacon?
Well, peace.
The Deluxe Edition Network, also known as The Den, is an incredible podcast network that offers a wide variety of entertaining and informative podcasts.
With a lineup of shows covering various topics, such as interviews with a wide variety of guests, history, music, relationships, true crime, and so much more. The Den provides content that caters to a diverse range of interests.
The hosts and guests on the Deluxe Edition Network demonstrate a deep passion and expertise in their respective fields, making each episode on each show engaging and thought-provoking.
The network fosters a sense of community by encouraging listeners to interact through live chats, social media, and forums, creating an inclusive environment for discussion and sharing opinions.
With its commitment to high-quality production, the shows in the Deluxe Edition Network continue to captivate and entertain its ever-growing audience.
Whether you're a podcast enthusiast or someone looking to explore new topics, The Den is a fantastic platform to dive into and uncover fascinating insights from experts in their fields.
The Deluxe Edition Network is the home of independent awesomeness.